All right, welcome. What's up, oh fearless leader? Jesus. How are we tonight? I said I wasn't going to go live, chat, and we got a bombshell dropped on us. Now we need to go live and expose another criminal. Unbelievable. Make sure you guys like the stream, share it out, share it, please, everywhere. We are going to have a fun stream tonight, chat. Now, due to the neighbor situation, we're not going to be able to get as loud and angry as we did during the CJ stream. As much as I want to, believe me, I want to so bad right now. But we're going to have to tone it down a little bit. Share it out. Let me pull up what was sent to me today. Let's pull up what prompted this live stream. No, we're definitely going to use F words. We're just going to have to be a little quieter about it. A little quieter. Okay, so this was sent to me. Another dangerous criminal in Kenosha. So the document says, regarding Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee, to the Honorable Kenosha County Board of Supervisors, placing special trust in his judgment and based upon his qualifications, I hereby submit to the Honorable Kenosha County Board of Supervisors for its review and approval the name of Kevin Mathewson to serve a 3-year term on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee, beginning immediately upon the confirmation of the county board and continuing until the 31st day of March 2026, or until a successor is appointed by the county executive and confirmed by the Kenosha County Board of Supervisors. Mathewson is a new appointee and will serve without pay. Can you fucking believe this? And surprisingly, not surprisingly, I mean, right after there's a racist attack on a black woman in Kenosha, right? We talked about this, the dealership that urinated on a young black woman's driver's license. There was a comment posted on the Kenosha County or the Kenosha Police Department page in regards to somebody saying that Kenosha has a history of dealerships being set on fire. Maybe we should do it again. I think it's kind of interesting that Kenosha is in the spotlight again for some racist stuff. People are angry and outraged about what happened. And now all of a sudden, Mathewson and his militia are getting an appointment for an emergency planning committee. You guys hear my phone? My phone is blowing up right now. Share the stream out, guys. Hit that thumbs up as you come in. Hit that thumbs up. Share the stream. Make sure you guys are active in the chat. Today is going to be spicy. We can't be very loud. I'm angry, chat. I'm let me just put it into perspective. As angry as I was during the CJ stream, I'm probably more angry. But I don't want to disturb my friendly neighbor. This is so comical to me, dude. Placing special trust in his judgment and based upon his qualifications. So let's get into the qualifications of Kevin Mathewson. For those of you that don't know who Mathewson is the commander of the Kenosha Guard, the citizen militia group that is responsible for bringing militia to Kenosha during the 2020 unrest, and then being a fucking little bitch and going home. Now, we've talked a lot about this extensively. We're going to talk about it again because we're going to put everything into perspective tonight. Let me get comfortable, chat. Let me get comfortable. Hit that thumbs up, chat. We only got a handful of thumbs. Share this stream out. We're going to be here for a little while, chat. It's Friday night. Get the popcorn. Get the popcorn ready. Let me get comfy and situated. We're going to pull up some pictures here. We're going to show you guys why this man is dangerous. And then we're going to do a true Never Stop Media protest. This is going to be epic. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to drop that. We're going to screen share. Hit that thumbs up on your way in, guys. Share the stream out. We're banned on Facebook. I don't think I want to go live on Facebook anyway for this, but share this stream out. Hit that share button and go over to Facebook. Share it. I know you guys are part of groups. I know a bunch of you are from Kenosha. Start sharing this. There's some stuff that's already being organized, and you guys are going to want this. You're going to want this information. So here's the appointment. This was sent on the 25th of August on the email to Chief Miskinnis and the mayor. So it reads, Chief Miskinnis, as you know, I am the commander of the Kenosha Guard, a local militia. We are mobilizing tonight and have about 3,000 RSVPs. We have volunteers that will be in Uptown, downtown, and at the entrances to other neighborhoods. Our effort has made national media. And if you look, it's got Alex Jones's InfoWars site. We're going to talk about that. I ask that you do not have your officers tell us to go home under threat of arrest as you have done in the past. So he's referring to what happened after George Floyd. There were a couple minor incidents that happened in Kenosha. We are willing to talk to KPD and open a discussion. It is evident that no matter how many officers, deputies, and other law enforcement officers that are here, you will still be outnumbered. Thank you, Kenosha Guard Commander. Now, he also sent the email, which is the same exact thing. We've shown you guys that document before. But it says, as you know, I am the commander of the Kenosha Guard. So Kenosha knew who he was. They knew his identity. Okay. Now, Kevin Mathewson has a journalist company. It's called the Kenosha County Eye. Okay. Now, Kevin Mathewson used to file open records requests under a fake pseudonym and he would use the name Sabrina Perez. Okay, we're going to talk about his fake names. That's one of them, Sabrina Perez. Now, he would use that name to email people and harass them and stalk them and do all kinds of fun stuff with that under that name. And he never took accountability for that name until he filed an open records request with the Kenosha County District Attorney's Office under the name Sabrina Perez. Now, Binger, Gravely, Krause, all of them, they knew that this was Kevin Mathewson, and they denied his request. You can see, you hear my phone? My phone is blowing up, bro. People are fucking losing their minds. Ruben says Cobra Commander. Let's play G.I. Joe and run home. That's what he did. So this image, real quick, just to sidetrack, this image is he's downtown in Civic Park and he's riling everybody up. And then he's in a fucking, and he puts on a little video to tell everybody he's down here. And then he fucking runs home like a little bitch. Okay. Now, so he files this open records request. Kenosha County DA denies him. So he files a writ of mandamus lawsuit, right? So that's the lawsuit that you guys are familiar that I filed against the Kenosha Police Department. And that's when a government entity fails to give you records. Now, for some reason, this dumb fuck just keeps winning constantly against the dumb fucking idiot DAs. So they go to a court case, and it is against the law to file an open records request under a fake name. But despite that, Mathewson wins, and he ends up getting his records, and Kenosha County owes him money now. They had to pay for the court fees and all of the filings and all the stuff. They had to reimburse him, and he won. This is the Kenosha Guard page that was taken down. This is the statement that he made after the Rittenhouse shooting. Statement on last night's shooting. We are unaware if the armed citizen was answering the Kenosha Guard militia call to arms, just like with the shooting of Jacob Blake. We need all the facts and evidence to come out before we make a judgment. God bless and stay safe, Kenosha. So it's kind of funny that he posts this, but this lunatic fuck is known for putting out a whole bunch of fucking rhetoric, okay, and false information. Here he is. This is his area. This is when he ran home like a little bitch. Okay, because that's what he is. He's a fucking little bitch. He's not looking too healthy recently. Now, to give you a little bit of perspective on the whole thing, okay? And we wrote an article. So that article is coming through the chat. It's the 13 hours Kenosha ignored militia threat, okay? So we're going to read a little bit. It's Kenosha ignored threats is what Nightbot is putting up. If you haven't read that, read it and share it out. I'm going to read a few excerpts from it. But this basically talks about the 13 hours of militia threats that were coming in that law enforcement was monitoring. Okay. Now, this letter for the Kenosha Guard thing, this email, is the interesting part. This letter would also be emailed to former Chief Daniel Moskinis and Public Information Officer Lieutenant Joseph Noslik. Now, despite the email being flagged, so mind you, we have a copy of the actual email, okay? And the email was flagged. So, you know, when you go into your emails and you flag something, you know, to read later or whatever it may be, the email's flagged. But Noslik would deny seeing this email until a month after the Kenosha unrest. Now, it's still undetermined whether any law enforcement responded to the email. Here's why it's undetermined. When we file for open records requests, okay, and we ask for emails and all of this stuff, they use a third-party entity. And that third-party entity happens to be a former Kenosha police officer who owns this business that searches Kenosha PD's emails. So if there's something damaging in these emails, what are the odds that we're actually going to get it, right? Now, the Fusion Center is monitoring all this stuff, and we've already posted on the article, and then in one of our What Really Happened in Kenosha series, we talked about the militia and the dangers and the 3%ers that we're posting. Remember the pipe bomb, things that were going on Reddit and all these other places. Okay. So we have copies of all the pictures from all the posts and things that were on the Kenosha Guard page. Not every single one of them, but a whole bunch of them, talking about shoot to kill, all these different things. Now, emails and calls were coming into Kenosha law enforcement that day, warning of militia groups forming and the style of comments that were being posted. These individuals were told the pages were being monitored. Okay. Individuals even started reporting the group, the event, and violent comments, only to receive automated messages back from Facebook stating this event was reviewed. It does not go against community standards. There would be a total of 455 complaints that Facebook received regarding the Kenosha Guard page, which created 4 manual and numerous automated reviews of the event page by Facebook's content moderators, which all concluded it did not violate the company's rules. Interestingly enough, just days before the August 25th shooting, on August 19th, 2020, an update was launched to the company's dangerous individuals and organizations policy, explicitly forbidding U.S.-based militia organizations that have celebrated violent acts, shown that they have weapons, and suggest they will use them, or have individual followers with patterns of violent behavior. Now, Mark Zuckerberg would go on to say that Facebook deleted the event, only this isn't true. According to internal documents from Facebook, the event created on the Kenosha Guard page was actually deleted by an admin, so Kevin Matthewson, of the page on August 26th. Facebook removed the page itself later that day. Now, the interesting part of where this goes big, and we talked about Alex Jones. So let me find this part in the article. So Matthewson's thing only got like 1,000 views. But Alex Jones ended up picking this up, and this fucking thing went viral. There's a lot of detail in this article. I'm trying to find it. let's just read this since there's some of you that are new. So August 25th, 2020 was labeled a deadly night in Kenosha. 13 hours before the shootings, local and federal law enforcement would start a threat analysis of anything related to Kenosha County. Law enforcement would spend more time analyzing caravans of protesters and rumors than they did armed citizens and militia that were quickly organizing via social media. While many released videos and live streams showing militia standing around throughout various parts of the city, there was a lot more that was happening behind the scenes that law enforcement blatantly ignored. Various local and federal officers would label these armed citizens and militia friendly, but how friendly were they really? NSM went through thousands of internal messages from law enforcement and hundreds of social media posts to determine just how friendly these groups really were and what their true intentions were that night. And it wasn't to safeguard buildings. They wanted violence and death, and law enforcement allowed it to happen. At 10:24 a.m. on August 25th, 2020, police officer Chris Heiderman of the Milwaukee Fusion Center sent an internal email detailing his conversation with the Kenosha County Sheriff. The email states, I took a phone call today from Detective Christopher Schwartz from the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department. Obviously, we know the situation that is occurring in the city of Kenosha with the officer-involved shooting and the civil disturbance the last 2 nights. The department is making a request for assistance from us to monitor social media regarding anything protest disturbance related in Kenosha County. They are aware there are large numbers of people coming to Kenosha, specifically to participate in civil disturbance. Detective Schwartz and 2 other detectives can be notified of any upcoming planned protests located on social media. Please contact Detective Schwartz with any further questions and concerns. 20 minutes later, at 10:44 a.m., the admin of the Kenosha Guard page posted, any patriots willing to take up arms and defend out, he means R, he can't fucking type because he's a right-wing fucking moron, city tonight from the evil thugs. Non-doubt, another fucking sick, they are planning on the next part of the city to burn tonight. So he's creating fear and rhetoric, yet he is going to be on the fucking emergency planning committee. The page also posted an event titled Armed Citizens to Protect Our Lives and Property. The event was eventually picked up by the conspiracy outlet InfoWars, ran by Alex Jones. The InfoWars post received more attention than the page's Facebook interactions, reaching an audience of over 103,000. The page encouraged others to take up arms in Kenosha. At 11:11 a.m., a group called Stand Up Kenosha, Tonight We Come Together, was created by a user named Ness C. Tino. The group and the associated Facebook account no longer exist, but it is believed the creator of the group is Ness Cosentino, who also has an account under the name Vincenz C. Tino. Another member of the group posted a second event at 1:09 p.m., which appears to be a screenshot from CJTV from Seattle, who also just recently moved to Kenosha. Even though he's so afraid for his life being anywhere near me, he moves to my fucking city, which invited people to assemble at Petretti Park at 7 p.m. Now, we've played you guys audio of police scanner that law enforcement saw this massive group of people at Petretti Park. Later at 7:25 p.m., an officer would send an internal message. 40 vehicles assembled at Petretti Park. They are part of Citizens Brigade to protect businesses. So Kenosha Police Department knew who they were. We have the scanner audio of that. We've played that before on the stream. 6 minutes later on Reddit, a user posted, when do we start defending our city? At 1:24 p.m., a Reddit user by the name Constant Bass 1488 posted, attention, all non-whites and degenerates of Kenosha. You have until sundown to pack up your belongings and leave the area. After that, anything that happens to you or your children will be your fault. This is all the result of Kevin Mathewson. Bassmaster Fisher Dude replies, time to purge. Purge. Bassmaster Fisher Dude would also go on to post at 1:40 p.m. I am on the way with 75 people from Green Bay. We have lots of guns, lots of pipe bombs, going to cleanse the streets of rioters. Here's what you guys don't know, and we've talked about this before on the stream. So they monitored this. They're going to call it unverified. It's going to take them hours, and they're going to call it unverified, even though they found pipe bombs throughout the city. That's never been reported publicly. We've talked about it. At 2 p.m., the NTOC National Threat Operations Section received a notification regarding this post. The notification will go on to state, we have no further intel at this time, but NTOC is now issuing an exigency request to identify the original user of the Reddit post to identify user info. This email wouldn't get shared with the FBI until 3:52 p.m. At 9:30 p.m., the threat would not be taken seriously as NTOC found the threat to be discredited despite law enforcement bomb squads actually finding pipe bombs in various parts of the city. At 1:42 p.m., an internal email was sent through the Milwaukee FBI, who had also been monitoring social media accounts. The email reads, as of 25 August 20, 12:15 hours, according to the FBI social media team in Kenosha County Sheriff's Department, 2 demonstrations are to occur in Kenosha today. First, led by the People's Revolution, organized by Khalil Coleman, who plans to lead a vehicular assembly to Kenosha from Milwaukee to the city of Kenosha. In addition, another group called Armed Citizens to Protect Our Lives and Property are also planning on organizing at 2,000 hours at 25 August 2020 at a park in Kenosha. The group refers to themselves as the Kenosha Guard, and the post encourages members to take up arms. Note, these groups are of conflicting ideologies and could potentially be a flashpoint for violence. This is 1:42 p.m. They're all being warned. At 1:58 p.m., Nessie Tino made another post on the Stand Up Kenosha group. Over the course of the day and evening, members of the Stand Up Kenosha group issues threats and encourage violence. We posted those pictures. You guys can read the article to look at the pictures. At 2:58 p.m., this shit ends tonight. This is our fucking city, one member wrote. At 3:30 p.m., the Milwaukee Fusion Center was monitoring a post of 200 cars were en route to Kenosha from Minnesota. Nobody could verify if this were actually true. At 4:27 p.m., member of Stand Up Kenosha wrote, time to start busting heads. 5:42, an admin for the Kenosha Guard posted an open letter. So that's the, Chief, don't fuck with us letter. Tensions already began to flare. Law enforcement was aware, and yet there was still no solid plan. By 5:58 p.m., a text message came through from an employee with the Department of Homeland Security, warning of possible Boogaloo militia members organizing in Kenosha. Now, if you remember from our What Really Happened in Kenosha series that we started doing, Boogaloo members were already in Kenosha as of the 23rd. And remember, they were there to actually protect protesters, right? When we showed those videos, we even showed the video of the one militia member that is the right is sharing around everywhere that it's a rioter who fired his AR at a Bearcat. That was actually a militia member. If you remember, we read you the email that we sent to Kenosha Police Department asking if they ever investigated, and Naslik fucking laughed it off. He doesn't give a shit. It wouldn't be until 6:55 p.m. that an email would be sent with the subject line titled, Boogaloo members planning possible protest tonight, 8/24. So they were out there on the 24th. Remember, we showed you the video clip of the militia members saying that they're there to shoot police officers if they start using live rounds on protesters. So militia was there to fuck shit up and cause violence from the start. Now, there were some groups that were there initially to protect protesters, and then everything went sideways. The Milwaukee Fusion Center monitored a Facebook post regarding 70 cars with Illinois license plates in a parking lot of a Kenosha grocery store with blacked out license plates. KPD could not corroborate this threat either. At 6:36 p.m., they flagged a post of 75 people and roughly 50 cars left Milwaukee armed with heavy jackets, goggles, umbrellas, face shields, and coolers were headed to Kenosha. Meanwhile, gathering all over Kenosha and heading there were far-right militia members armed to the gills and talking about killing people in mass numbers that didn't get the same amount of attention. Around 90 minutes later, an individual self-identifying himself as a state officer with the 3%ers Originals militant group reached out to coordinate with the Kenosha Guard. So Kevin Mathewson, hey guys, my name is Paul Swick, state officer with the 3%er Original. We are trying to create a line of communication with you guys. What kind of expected contingency do you have that will show up tonight in Kenosha? Now, we posted a bunch of screenshots of the very ignorant comments that Paul Swick used. Again, those are all on the article that I'm reading to you guys. Shortly after, Mathewson would post a live stream to the Kenosha Guard page letting people know that he was at Civic Park. Mathewson would run home before the curfew started. The page would go quiet shortly after that. So there's more to that article. We're going to let you guys read it. That article is coming up in the chat. I told you guys. Let me pull up. Let's pull up some video footage for you guys. We know you guys like seeing this stuff. Hang on, I disconnected. I disconnected that external hard drive because I was doing something else. All right, let's get it loaded up for you. We'll get it loaded up for you, baby birds. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's Friday night, chat. It's Friday night. Don't worry. We're going to feed you, baby birds. How's everybody doing? Comment in the chat section where you guys are tuning in from. While I find... these videos for you. Here's the clip of the militia member from the 24th. These are presumed...
You National Guard?
Hey, what are you? You're National Guard?
No, militia. Oh, okay.
Militia?
What's that?
Are you like a random militia?
State militia. Civilians. What are you guys here for? We're here to make sure that if they start shooting me with real bullets, that we can shoot them back. That's what we're fucking talking about.
So that's one clip. Militia being dangerous. Ready to shoot people. Law enforcement, allegedly, but who knows? Here's the clip of the alleged rioter that we verified is a militia member.
You know you're instigating. Oh, they're gonna shoot the gas off the top. Kick that shit back.
Share this stream out, guys. Share this out. Share this out everywhere. So you see this guy right here? This guy's a militia member. He's not a rioter. Just because he's mixed in with these people, he's not a rioter. This is a citizen militia member. So is this guy right here. This is a citizen militia member.
Don't point it. I'm not pointing already.
And this dude's squaring up with this Bearcat.
Gas!
Now they're going to end up gassing the protesters. Okay, you guys can watch this video. It's up on our page. So they're gassing the protesters now. Now listen carefully. Share the stream out, guys. Please share this out. We should have hundreds of people. See, he's over there in the corner. Listen. That's the first gunshot. Those are gunshots, people. He fired at law enforcement, militia member who shot at law enforcement. We do have the document from that department verifying that they did have bullet holes in Matthewson messaged me. They do have bullet holes in the in the Bearcat. I emailed Matthewson and asked him if he wanted to respond for comment. He sent me a nasty message. Now, Matthewson has gone on to create his online blog, which is filled with a bunch of defamatory comments, a lot of false light, a lot of false light, a lot of defamatory shit. You want to know what he said? I asked him, I said, do you want to comment on your recent appointment as Kenosha Emergency Planning Committee? He says, you're a violent career criminal felon. You do not have a home, assets, driver's license, or vehicle. I choose not to have a vehicle. You have no custody of your own child, and you are such a loser that you don't pay child support. That's not true. You are about to go to jail for that. I get $20,000 unique views. He put a $sign. I'm sure he just he can't type because he's so fucking his little mutton chop fingers are so fucking fat. But he put a $sign, $20,000. I'm sure he just means 20,000 unique views on my website per month, and I'm a bona fide journalist. You are not anything that even resembles a journalist. You scan for old ladies out of $5 and $10 here and there to buy cigarettes. You are an evil person that will most likely burn in hell for your lifetime of violence and horrific behavior. I have a great life with a beautiful wife and beautiful children that I support. You have nothing. In some ways, I pity you. But you are in this mess because you are lazy and refuse to work. You see what I'm saying? None of that is true. None of that is true. He's so stupid, dude. Let's get into it. So what Matthewson has been doing, okay? Listen, chat. What Matthewson has been doing. Matthewson is a former Kenosha alderman, okay? He has this he pretends to be a journalist. He writes a lot of very far-right extremist bullshit, okay? He writes a lot of stuff where he ignores facts of the story, okay? He leaves them out intentionally, like we've seen with other right-wing media outlets. He writes a lot of defamatory stuff, okay? He writes a lot of false light. So false light is basically where you're talking about something, but you're kind of misrepresenting the facts, okay? Yeah, Mutton Chops is watching. You already know he is. Fat fuck. So you misrepresent the facts. That's what false light is. It's kind of the layman's terms, the simplest way I could put it. And it puts out an agenda and a narrative. Now, he's been writing about specific people, and there's information that not only mine, but other people's, and we're just very vocal about my stuff because we're bringing awareness to the things that he does. But there's information, when we want information, right? There's stuff about us that is generally publicly available, okay? There's things that we can find on the internet, okay? You can file an open records request and you can get publicly accessible information on people. Now, if you release that stuff, it's not doxing, okay? It's like when all of you super sleuths on the internet go and find things and you post it all over social media. You're not actually doxing anybody. The doxing part comes in where you find information on somebody that is not publicly accessible. Now, the allegation here, we're going to be dropping a lot of allegations, okay? Matthewson has a tendency to sue people for defamation. Let's get into a lawsuit. The allegation is that Matthewson is using his private investigator's license to get information on people that is not publicly accessible, right? So he has a badge. He's a licensed investigator in the state of Wisconsin. So he has access to more things than the rest of us do, okay? And he can't legally put some of that information out. So what he does is he creates alternate emails, alternate names. Okay, we've seen multiple names of his pop up in the chat on our stream, and we've had to block him repeatedly. And he's done it with multiple people in Kenosha. Gage Grosskreutz tried to file a document to change his name. That should have been a sealed document. And Mathewson got a hold of it and reported on it. So now Gage Grosskreutz is not even safe to change his name. Now, there's a thing, got his P.O. box number. Yeah, we have his P.O. box number. We also have his home address, too. We're gonna be doing a fun thing coming up here. It's going to be so much fun. I don't want to tell you guys what it is. We don't want to spoil the surprise. But we might go in the lemonade business over the summer. I'll just tell you that. We might go in the lemonade business over the summer. And it is going to be fun. We're going to encourage you all to come out. It's going to be a nice public event. Lemonade stand, hot day, refreshing, yummy lemonade. We already have somebody who's going to help us acquire lemonade. Okay. It is going to be a blasty blast, and you are all invited. All invited. We're already organizing this in the background. Okay. Now, he likes to write about me. He likes to take some of the bad things that I've done in my life and misrepresent the things that I've done. Okay. He likes to over exaggerate, hyperbolize. Okay. If you guys remember, the comments that come through about how I tried to murder my wife, that's not true. He's the only one that uses that phrase. He's written about many activists in Kenosha, exposing them, putting their lives in danger. He is part of a defamation lawsuit currently right now. So he's suing a Kenosha activist by the name of Raymond Roberts for defamation because Roberts called him a racist. That case got moved out of Kenosha County, and it's up in I don't know, grandkids, where's it at? Waukesha or Walworth? Let me find. Wait, hang on. Let me pull up Mathewson's CCAP. So he's got a defamation lawsuit with that. Now, we heard the same law firm that is representing Raymond Roberts, we heard today is also representing the girl that got her ID urinated on. She's got a lawyer now. We're trying to confirm all that, so unsubstantiated claim. So his open case, so they had court today, I heard. So he filed this March 7th, 2022, Kevin Mathewson. Here, let's pull it up on here so you guys can fucking see it. This fucking glue stick. We're not even done with the fucking juicy shit, guys. Hang on. Let's go here. Let's screen share so you can see what I'm doing. Walworth County, is that where it is? All right, Walworth County. So it got moved out of Kenosha to go to Walworth. So this is our CCAP system. For those of you that don't know, this is how you find people. So what Mathewson does too is he, I forgot what they're called, but he attaches these like little alerts. So like you can see the website information. He attaches these alerts that if anything changes to the website, so like if I upload a new article, he's automatically alerted. If anything on my CCAP changes, he's automatically alerted. Okay. And he attaches these things to each of the things. So every time you click on something new, it brings up a new URL. Let me tell you guys exactly what those are called. They're basically like these tracing notifications. Google has them. Once in a while, you may see it pop up as like a little pop-up. They're contact tracing software. So he puts them on each URL. So anytime anything changes under that URL, he's either emailed or texted. He gets an alert of some kind. That's how he gets shit so fast. We also put out so when we wrote our article about the Kenosha courthouse, when I filed my mandamus lawsuit, and we got within minutes, I was already being emailed under a fake account asking me to comment on my mandamus lawsuit. Now, we through that whole thing, and we thought that there was a leak in the courthouse, which I'm sure there still is. There probably is. Let's put it this way. Let's be careful. It's more likely than not that there's a leak in the Kenosha County Courthouse, especially since the courthouse is ran by the sheriffs, and the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department loves Kevin Mathewson. What we found out is these contact tracing things that he puts on these websites, because he gets alerted so fast. So if you file some very sensitive documents that you ask the court to seal, such as your fucking address, so that you don't get murdered in the middle of the night by fucking creepy militia people, that document is public available until the judge signs off on it. So whether that's a day, 2 days, whatever. And that means if some creepy lunatic fuck gets to the paperwork first, he's able to get it. Okay. And that's how he's been getting all these things. So like mainstream media wrote that there was a leak in the courthouse that gave Mathewson, Gage Grosskreutz, name change. It's because he was alerted to this stuff. So let's go down. Here's the open case for Ray Roberts and Kevin Mathewson. So class code description is intentional tort. Okay, so tort is damages. Tortious law is actually pretty complicated. It's a very difficult fucking law. So Dickface has Terry Rose. He's another fucking scumbag fuck out of Kenosha, a very corrupt fucking attorney out of Kenosha. So there's a motion hearing for June 21st, 2023, July 2023. There's all these things. They're going to a jury trial. So if you guys want to go to that, that should be interesting. But this is out of Walworth County Judicial Center. Okay. February 9th, 2023, there's a notice of retainer filed by attorney Ryan Dunman on behalf of the plaintiff. Order granting defendant's motion for partial summary judgment. This matter came before the court on February 2nd, 2023 on defendant Raymond K. Roberts' motion for partial summary judgment concerning plaintiff Kevin Mathewson's defamation claims related to Roberts' statements that Mathewson is a racist, white nationalist, and white supremacist. For the reasons stated on the record, the motion is granted. It is hereby ordered that defendant's motion for partial summary judgment is granted, and plaintiff's related claims are dismissed with prejudice. So Fuckstain lost that motion. Fucking scumbag. There's a witness list that was submitted. Plaintiff's third amended witness list filed by attorney Terry Rose. So Dickface has witnesses that are coming to tell everybody that he's not a fucking racist. He's not a fucking white nationalist. Okay. We got other axe motions. There's a lot of other axe motions. So there's all these things. There's another open case, Kevin Mathewson versus Mike Murdoch. So this is a writ of mandamus lawsuit in front of fucking Bruce Schrader. So he's suing for more fucking records. They always, I don't know why, dude. Listen, Kenosha, you fucking government morons are so fucking dumb. He wins every fucking time, dude. He wins every time. There's also, here's the one that gravely fucking moron, dude. So this case was dismissed April 19, 2022. Joint stipulation for dismissal with prejudice. So this was another writ of mandamus thing. He also won. He won against Binger and fucking Kraus, because Kraus, like a stupid fucking idiot, took a picture on his cell phone of Mathewson sitting in the fucking courthouse. Here's Arrow Financial Services versus Kevin Mathewson for a money judgment. Judgment for money. Debtor name Kevin Mathewson. $5,756. This is back from 2008. What did you owe, dick face? but I'm a fucking scumbag. But he also filed, let's see if it's this one. He also filed against the Village of Pleasant Prairie. So there's an injunction and a restraining order. Plaintiff's action was filed later than the 10-day period for suit limited by law. Second, the action was filed against the wrong defendants and not against the authority or authorities whose conduct he seeks to regulate. So this case was dismissed. But he's one of these right-wing fucks that, you know, with the voting fraud, he had cases on that shit. He was suing. Oh God. Stupid fuck. All right, let's get into some juice. We're going to drop a big allegation. You guys ready? You guys ready? It was brought to my attention through investigation and sources that Kevin Mathewson of the Kenosha County Eye has been using fake names to send emails and comments on live streams. There has been a year's worth of harassment and antagonism by Mathewson, not only towards me, but other individuals. The names that we have uncovered are Deshaun Jenkins, Sean Jenkins, Linda Valentine, Rita Franco, Rita Lynn. That was a big one. That was another big one early on in 2020. It was Rita Lynn and Sabrina Perez. And we just screenshotted another one too. Now, I believe, based on information and belief, that Kevin Mathewson is continuously creating fake names and email addresses in order to stalk, harass, and dox not only myself, but other individuals. I have reason to believe that my old phone number that I've had to disconnect is being used to harass and threaten other individuals. You guys have seen and heard me while I'm live, my phone going off, and I'm reading text messages from spoof numbers. Okay. I believe Kevin Mathewson is responsible for these actions and using fake names and email addresses to harass, stalk, and implicate me in criminal activity that I've never engaged in. On December 6, 2021, I had a harassment restraining order hearing in front of Commissioner Keating. Mathewson was in the gallery along with CJ Halliburton of CJTV, who filed the temporary restraining order. While waiting for the case to be called, Mathewson and Halliburton were passing notes back and forth to each other. When the case was finally called, Keating's clerk had me fill out the possession of firearms form. So we've talked about this extensively, especially during the CJ stream we just did. While waiting for the case, we had to fill out this possession of firearms form, which I did. She informed me I had to write my address down on it as well. And this sparked a bit of debate between Keating and I. After Keating heard my argument regarding safety issues of my address and denied me to file a petition to seal my address, as I did in the mandamus lawsuit, he stated I could write down a P.O. box. It just needed to be an address where I could be contacted by the courts. The address I wrote down on the form is a mailing address where I have my mail sent to. My articles of organization is registered to, where some personal property is being held for me and where a close friend lives. I use this address as I have had to move 12 times since the shooting of Jacob Blake due to threats, death threats, harassment, militia showing up, stalking me, and many other reasons. Mathewson would obtain this document through an open records request. Now, we talked about this pretty extensively during the CJ stream. We read you guys the article that I wrote about what really happened during the CJ thing. Let me see if I can pull up the quick documents real quick. Let me see where I have these. I pulled these up for you guys the other day. I have so many fucking PDFs on my fucking computer. It's not even funny. Here's the one. All right, there's the one. Let me get the other. Let me get the other one. Because this is where Mathewson and CJ were fabricating fucking evidence to deceive the fucking court. Okay. I got it for you, baby birds. Don't worry, I got you. Don't worry, baby birds. I hate using this fucking software. You guys know that? Okay, here is the firearms document that I had to sign. Okay. So as you see that the address is different. So this is the address I filed with the courts. The court sends a letter to an address I don't live at. Same as they're doing right now with my child support case. I would have never known about any of that unless, creepy stalker Mathewson, didn't stop emailing me about it. So this is what I filed with the courts. I was told I could write down a P.O. box. I just needed to write down an address where the court could get a hold of me. They can get a hold of me through this. The court sends a letter to this address. Now, Mathewson goes and sits outside of my buddy's house at this address for days on end until my buddy finally comes out and says, okay, dude, what the fuck? What are you doing here? So he asks my buddy, does Glowicki live here? My buddy responds, you know he doesn't fucking live here. Okay. So what Mathewson then does is he drafts up a affidavit that he gets notarized, which is sworn under oath, that he, under his private investigator company, that he investigated, and I do not, in fact, live at this address, which I've never claimed I did. And he investigated it and blah, 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 blah. Now, mind you, again, he has this document, okay? He also had this document. So he sees that it's two different addresses. Now, he gives these documents to CJ. CJ has both documents. They tried to deceive the court and have me charged with some type of contempt that I filed a fraudulent address with the courts. Okay. He knew that these addresses were different, and yet he still tried to attempt this. CJ tried to call him as a witness, but Mathewson was in the court now in his journalist capacity, taking pictures and fucking taking notes. We also told you during the CJ stream that Mathewson, during this trial, Mathewson and CJ were taking videos of mine, ripping them from YouTube, and then uploading them to a random YouTube channel, thus changing the upload date. And they were also changing the title of the videos. Again, tampering with evidence, fabricating evidence in an attempt to have me charged criminally and not just a civil restraining order. These are crimes, people. You cannot do this shit. Okay. After we started exposing all of this, Mathewson ran out of the courtroom very quick, like a little bitch. Because if Mathewson ever gets exposed for this type of shit, he can get in some serious trouble and he'll lose his privileges in the courthouses as this media representative. Now, the interesting part is that you have to go through this woman. Her first name is Deneen. She's with the Kenosha News. She is the media person that you have to go through to get authorization to be inside the courthouse filming. And Deneen knows that Mathewson is a dangerous individual and has approved him to be in the courthouse. And the judges approve him all the time to be in the courthouse. But here's a man that tampers with evidence. He fabricates evidence. These are crimes, people. These are crimes. Okay. Now, on December 8th, 2021, I was doing a live stream on my YouTube channel when a viewer under the name Nicole Kessinger came in and commented that there was a warrant for my arrest. The name of the viewer, I have reason to believe, was fake and also associated with Kevin Mathewson. As this viewer was commenting that I had this alleged warrant, which there never was one, for obstruction and contempt, I received 2 emails. One from Kevin Mathewson. This is literally at the same time, chat. At the same time that this person is coming into the chat like you guys, I received 2 emails. One from Kevin Mathewson and one from another email under a William Griffin. The alarming thing with Mathewson's email is that he listed off the names of my friend and his wife, which the email from William Griffin did as well. Also, during this time, this is really important, I received a spoof phone call from my friend's cell phone, who was named in the emails. Now, the interesting thing about these spoof numbers, they're called VoIP numbers, VoIP, okay? The interesting thing with these VoIP numbers is, let's say that I have your cell phone number, okay? So like I have grandkids' cell phone number, I've got Don's cell phone number, right? I've got some of your cell phone numbers because we're friends and we talk. I can go into one of these VoIP accounts and I can put that cell phone number in there. And let's say that grandkids and Don have a restraining order against each other. I can message Don from grandkids' fucking cell phone and start harassing Don, knowing that these two have a restraining order, and whoever the defendant is can now get arrested for harassing and violating a restraining order. The other thing about that is it'll show from the number. Okay. It has this weird kind of look to it, though. Now, the only way to prove this is to access your phone records. And by the time you're accessing your phone records, you're already arrested and in jail. You have a bond. You may not have money to bond out, so now you're sitting in jail. Okay. And now you're having to go through the process, and eventually you'll be found innocent that you didn't do anything, because that phone call will actually never show up on your phone records. But there are some phone companies that don't give you phone records. That's problematic for people that use those types of phones. Now, the other crazy thing is that I can also put grandkids' phone number in there and call Don. Now, when Don picks up his phone, he'll see that it's grandkids calling him. Now, when he answers the phone, the weird part is that his phone will then ring, and his phone will be calling grandkids. So simultaneously, both phones will ring once the phone is picked up. So again, if there's, let's say, restraining orders, now you have phone calls that are being initiated, and both parties are calling each other. So by the time law enforcement figures this all out, you're already in jail. So this is what happened on December 8th. While I'm live and all these emails are coming in, okay, all stating the same exact verbiages, okay, I get a spoof phone call from my friend where my address is listed. So I answer the phone, and the phone rings, and I'm now calling my friend. Directly after this call, I received 2 spoof phone calls from Wendy Cabal. You guys know her as Billy Violet. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Mathewson writes about Billy Violet constantly, and he's also doxed her. He's put her life in jeopardy. Mathewson has her cell phone number because he's filed tons of open records requests. He has my buddy's cell phone number because he sat out in front of his house. He's friends with my buddy's father, who is an alderman of Kenosha. Okay. And both of these, he knows I'm connected to both of these people. And I get these spoof phone calls while I'm live with everybody. Very quickly, we figured out what the fuck was happening. Okay. Now, directly after this, I ended up reaching out to both my friend. Hang on, I gotta mute my phone. Hang on, chat, because Mathewson is now on the phone with my friend, and my friend is on the phone with me. Mathewson's creating drama. So give me a second. I'm going to mute the mic again. I know I'm muted because I'm on the phone. So give me a second. Mathewson's creating drama behind the scenes. Listen, chat, I'm aware I'm muted. I'm fucking dealing with some shit. Here's what's happening. Mathewson is on the fucking phone calling my buddy right now because he's a fucking stalker, calling my buddy, telling him that I'm fucking blasting him all over the fucking internet right now. So listen, chat. This is what a nutjob lunatic fuck this guy is, okay? We got to tone it down. We got neighbors. So we get these spoof phone calls, okay? And I call my buddy and I'm like, hey, did you fucking call me last night? He says no. Okay. I message Billy Violet. I said, did you call me last night? She says no. She shows me the screenshots that her phone indicated that I called her multiple times. Okay. Now, due to the simultaneous emails from Mathewson and the spoof phone calls, based on information and belief, I have reason to believe that this was all Mathewson. Mathewson is the only one that would have my buddy's phone number and Billy Violet's number and my cell phone number. Okay. It was also brought to my attention that Mathewson notified the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department. Okay. And the Sheriff's Department went to the address to investigate, as did Mathewson, who sat out in front of my buddy's house like a fucking nutjob stalker. Now, I was informed all of this after court when we got these documents in court with these different addresses and all these different things. Okay. I had an alleged deputy from the Kenosha Sheriff's Department leave a voicemail on my phone. We found out it was not even a real deputy. Okay. We don't know who it was, but it wasn't a real deputy. Leaving a voicemail that I have a warrant. I have papers that need to be picked up. I also have a warrant. It was never a real sheriff. Okay. The call came from a private number, which I didn't answer. I don't answer private calls unless I'm expecting the phone call from law enforcement. I also have private numbers calling my cell phone almost on a daily basis, multiple times a day. Now, we've screenshotted all these different things. We've gotten recordings of all these different things. I'm not going to show you guys that stuff. I have it in the background. Okay. We have it all saved. On average, I would get upwards of 100 calls and texts from these spoof numbers harassing me every week. Upwards of over 100. Now, during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, I was approached by a documentary team asking if they could interview me regarding the unrest in Kenosha. I did the interview, and I sold some of my footage. I'm not going to tell you how much it was. One of the journalists involved in that documentary has since become unhinged. The documentary is fucking, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't talk to those people. But something felt off about this journalist who was contacting me and asked how much I sold the footage for. So I gave her a fake dollar amount. Now, this is the only person I gave this dollar amount to. And this was on December 23rd of 2021. The journalist has direct access to Kevin Mathewson, who was also interviewed for the documentary, and has been giving Mathewson private information on several of us who were interviewed for this documentary. Mathewson is the only person in the documentary who has been fixated on me. On December 31st, 2021, I received text messages by one of the spoof numbers talking about the false dollar amount that I had given to the journalist, along with other personal information that only that journalist would know. Now, that number has been texting me before I met this journalist, so I don't believe the spoof number is associated with the journalist. And the individual using the spoof number has directly threatened physical violence towards me. The following day, Mathewson sent a text message to the head of the documentary team regarding me. The messages sent to me and the head of the documentary tie Mathewson to this. Based on information and belief, I have reason to believe that Mathewson is the person using the spoof numbers. On several nights in March and April, I received over 17 calls from a private number along with text messages from spoof numbers. November 29th, 2020, Kevin Mathewson released an article about me and my background. The spoof numbers that keep texting me are 1-844-403-0358, 1-844-405-1896, 1-844-405-2038, 1-844-405-2145, 1-844-405-1898, 1-844-405-1871, 1-720-619-1047, 1-612-387-9820, 1-844-405-1844. My cell number, which is no longer valid, is 224-202-0946. I had to delete that number. Okay. Now, you guys know I have a child support hearing coming up for contempt for not paying child support because I've had to spend thousands of dollars defending myself in courtrooms against fucking dangerous people like CJ Halliburton with CJTV, who just moved to Kenosha from Seattle. He's so allegedly afraid for his fucking safety that I'm going to shoot him in the head and encourage you guys to do the same things. Okay. That he moved from Seattle to come to Kenosha. Okay. I've had to delete this number. I spent over $2,000 defending myself in that case. I've had to hire a private investigator. Okay. I've never told you guys this. We've had to fucking contract out private investigators and spend a lot of money doing this to track down where these spoof numbers are coming from. Okay. And this is how we've tied things to the stalker that we're not going to name. Some of you know who I'm talking about. Okay. A viewer, and tie things to Mathewson along with some other people. Now, during a live stream, I received an email from a viewer with a video link. This individual used this link to gain access to my IP address. I have reason to believe that this was also associated with Kevin Mathewson, somebody closely related to him. On March 17, 2021, I filed the writ of mandamus lawsuit against the Kenosha Police Department. Minutes after filing the lawsuit, I received an email from a Nathan Greel. I have reason to believe this email is a fake account, possibly associated with Mathewson. I wrote 2 articles regarding my lawsuit and how it became public information within minutes of me filing it before it was scanned into the system. I also obtained video footage from the Kenosha County Courthouse. We put this up on the website of Kevin Mathewson entering room 204 and taking pictures of what was on the computer screen, most likely of my court case. Now, the time frame involved in this correlates with the email I received and Mathewson obtaining the information about my lawsuit. We tracked down all the timing of it. Okay. Now, Mathewson taking pictures of the computer screen, he's not allowed to do. You can't go into the courthouse, look at the computer, pull up these documents and fucking start snapping pictures. Now, Rebecca Matosic, or whatever the fuck her name is, never fucking chastised him for this. Based on information and belief, I have reason to believe that Mathewson is using his private investigator license to obtain information not only on myself, but also on other individuals that would not be accessible to the general public, and either using fake names and email addresses or giving the information to third parties to be used in doxing. This is all illegal. Okay. This is felony use of a computer and a cell phone. Now, my child support case that I have coming up. Okay. Mathewson starts emailing me about this. And because we have chat parameters set so high on here and on Facebook and all these other places, that certain words are blocked out, and multiple people have been trying to post. And this is before I even went public with it and told you guys. And it's the same exact verbiage that is being used in the emails from Mathewson. April 7, 2021, I received an email from the Kenosha County Eye from Sabrina Perez. Now, we know for a fact that Sabrina Perez is actually Mathewson. Mathewson likes to disguise himself as females. There's something very oddly creepy about that. May 24, 2021, I received an email from the Kenosha County Eye, again, Sabrina Perez. July 1st, 2021, my mandamus hearing commenced in front of Judge Kirkman. Mathewson was in the courtroom. Okay. He was in the courtroom for the CJ thing until we started exposing the fact that he was tampering with evidence with CJ. And then he ran out of the fucking courtroom very mysteriously and never came back. After my mandamus lawsuit ended, Mathewson was filming me inside of the courthouse as we left Kirkman's courtroom, because I had a lot of choice things to say about him. Now, he's never uploaded this video. Okay. Because he didn't have permission to film that day. And if he uploads that video, he knows he can get in trouble for filming inside of the courthouse without permission. But we want to see the video. We want to see it. Now, as we got outside, Kenosha County Sheriff's Department was trying to fucking calm me down. They were talking to him all nice and friendly, calling him buddy. And that was Sheriff Olson. Okay. We have video of that. Mathewson ripped it. It's up on his website. November 29, 2021, I received another email from Kenosha County I. This time it was from Kevin Mathewson asking me about the temporary restraining order. Now, the reason that Kevin Mathewson had to come clean is because he was trying to win the records that he filed under the false name. Okay. And then around this time was the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And Mathewson, this is the first time that Kevin Mathewson has publicly claimed ownership of the Kenosha County I website. He has never before claimed ownership of it. So he did during the Rittenhouse trial, and he has since been going on all of these media platforms. Later on November 29th, 2021, through a separate email, Mathewson emails me again. November 30th, 2021, I received 2 email threads from Mathewson. Same on December 8th, 2021, I received more emails. Everything we have is saved. Everything. This dude is dangerous. This dude stalks people. He uses his private investigator license as an excuse so that when he's questioned, it's legal. Okay. He then takes this information and he puts it out on the internet under false names. That is illegal. That is illegal. Now, and as you see, I had to mute my volume here because I got my friend calling me, losing his fucking mind, that I've got addresses all over my fucking live stream. Mathewson has already put this shit out publicly. If you guys remember, I kept fucking yelling in how many live streams about posting fucking addresses. Okay. It's also listed on fucking court stuff. It's all over the place. Okay. You can pull up my articles of organization. It's all on there. Mathewson has put all of this shit out, but he's trying to make my buddy lose his fucking mind that I'm basically doxing my buddy and putting him and his family in fucking danger. This is what he does. He's creating fucking drama like a little fucking kid. And now my buddy's pissed. I got to explain to him what's happening and what's going on. And my buddy's losing his fucking mind. And my buddy, after the explanation, is not happy now when it comes to fucking Mathewson. This is what this man does. And Kenosha is appointing him as emergency planning committee. He's going to be appointed on there. And conveniently, this is following the incident after the car dealership urinated on the girl's ID. And somebody put out, a threat that the dealership might be burned down. And this is the person that's going to be on this planning committee, a dangerous militia person who brought militia to Kenosha. He has put out rhetoric that during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, that BLM was out there violent to the point that Chief Larson, who was the interim chief of Kenosha, had to make a public post admonishing Mathewson that was rhetoric, that it wasn't volatile out there. It wasn't violent. It wasn't dangerous. There was one incident of a physical encounter between individuals from both sides, and the aggressor was arrested along with one other individual. But he's been publicly admonished. He's been putting out rhetoric about the Kenosha unrest that is not true. And we have been over here fucking trying to disprove all of this shit by the constant videos and all these different things. Now, what you guys need to do is we need to go on an email blast, and we need to start blasting with an email blitz. We're going to go into full protest mode. Remember we did this with the Hampton Inn down here with their fucking bullshit? we need to go. We need to go and start an email blast. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys some emails. First, we're going to put up Mathewson's email. So let's harass Mathewson. Not harass him. That's a bad word. Let's not use that word. Let's not do that. But Mathewson is a public figure, and we're all protected by the First Amendment that we can publicly criticize our government officials. We can criticize public officials. Okay. So let's do that. Don't harass him. Don't threaten him. Okay. Don't do that. Let's make that clear. But if you guys want to write to him and let him know how you feel about him and his dangerous activities throughout Southeast Wisconsin, I encourage you all to do that. He's a public figure. So here's Mathewson's email. Let's post this in the chat. And the same as you guys all get fucking psychotic about super sleuthing and fucking posting on Google over car dealerships and all of those things. Here's Mathewson's fucking Kenosha County I email. So let's go on an email blitz and blast him. Let's criticize him for being a dangerous piece of shit fucking individual. Now, on top of that, grandkids, did you send me? Yes, you did. On top of that, see, you know what's interesting is that Terry Rose is not only an attorney in Kenosha, but he's also a county board supervisor. It's kind of this conflict of interest. It's really kind of fucked up. So let me load up these because we're gonna have you guys do some more email blasts to government officials now, and we're going to criticize them. And this should be nonstop, the same as we did with the Hampton Inn. Okay, this is why I want you guys to share this out. We're going into full protest mode again. When Kenosha city government appoints a very dangerous individual that they know for a fact brought danger to the city of Kenosha, and they're going to fucking appoint this clown on their emergency planning committee. This is a problem, chat. This is a problem. Now, this is County Board Supervisor for District 1. This is William Grady. Okay. William Grady's email is william.grady@kenoshacounty.org. Okay. You can email this individual and let them know how you feel about this appointmentship of a dangerous militia member whose activities has led to death, whose activities has led to people's lives being in danger. Okay. Mathewson wants to fucking call my buddy about fucking addresses, but Mathewson has led people to my ex-wife's address where my son lives. But he's so fucking high and mighty that, oh, Kevin's over here fucking doing all these things. Okay, so this is William Grady. Then we have Daniel, I don't know, Gashke. I don't know how to say this name. County Board Supervisor for District 7. So Daniel email is Daniel, looks like Daniel.Gashke, Gashke, at kenoshacounty.org. Laura Belsky, Laura.Belsky at kenoshacounty.org. Now, all of these things I'm pulling up, there's also phone numbers listed as well. You guys can call them also and tell them how you feel. These are government entities. William Grady, William.Grady at kenoshacounty.org. Phone number is listed. You got Zach Stock up here, Gabe Nudo. That's another one that should probably be investigated. Okay, here's all these people. Gabe Gersten. All their contact information is here. Let's do a blitz about on their emails, and let's flood their emails with our opinions of them. This is Aaron Caro, the County Board Supervisor for District 23. Here's the gas station. Now, there's an interesting thing. Let me show you. This is how corrupt this city is. So something I'll just be honest, something I've been investigating that we got a lot of information on. And because of finances, we haven't been able to get to some of the stuff that we've wanted to do. But somebody, I have a feeling I know who this is based on everything that was sent to us. Somebody has created a Facebook page. And this is all the same information that was sent to us. And we have hundreds of pictures of this and all these things. Okay. Now, the reason I'm bringing this person up is because this person is the head county board person. Okay. Zach Rodriguez. Zach Rodriguez is a right-wing piece of shit. So is Aaron Decker. Okay. Now, Zach Rodriguez was up for election, and he tied with the other female. And what they did, for those of you Kenosha people that have no fucking idea, what they did was they drew names out of I don't know, not like a hat, but it's like a hat. Like they drew names because they tied in the election, and they drew names, and the winner ended up being Zach Rodriguez. Now, the interesting part about this is the allegation is that Zach Rodriguez doesn't live within city limits of Kenosha. Okay. A little sus that Mercs Mod won't let me post a link to this stream. That's because a lot of us don't allow links, outside links on each other's streams. Especially like if Mercado is live right now and you're posting a link to draw his viewers, what it does is it draws his viewers away from his stream to bring them here. We also don't allow that either because it takes people away from our stream, right? So it's not sus. It's just rules of the platforms. So Zach Rodriguez during the election told people that he lived within the Kenosha city limits or Kenosha County limits. Now, there's no official rule that government officials in Kenosha can't do this. They can't live without outside of city limits, but it's frowned upon. And other government officials in Kenosha that have been outed for living outside of their districts and the city limits or the county limits, once it's been exposed, they've ended up resigning. Now, since Zach Rodriguez is the county supervisor, he's the head person. He represents the 8th district. And that district is mostly comprised of 63rd Street to 76th Street and Sheridan Road to 30th Avenue. Okay. Now, Zach Rodriguez claims to live at his mother's home at 7525 21st Avenue. You hear that, Matthewson? I'm giving out more addresses. Okay. He claims to live at his mom's house. Now, what's interesting is per some DMV information and some witnesses, Rodriguez owns a vehicle with the license plates reading ABG 7036. Now, you guys can read this. This is on a Facebook page called OpenGov Kenosha. Okay. I don't know how much is on here, but we were sent hundreds of fucking photos and all types of shit. During this campaign, this election, he was claiming that he stayed at his mom's house so that he could represent that he lives within the Kenosha County and within this district that he oversees. And during the election, Zach Rodriguez did not drive his vehicle. Very mysteriously did not drive his vehicle, and instead was driving a Decker-owned vehicle. So Aaron Decker, her and her husband, they have some vehicles, and Zach Rodriguez was driving their vehicle around for the entire election. Okay. And you're like, Kev, what is the importance of this? Well, the importance of this is that because of what we're talking about right now, if anybody actually did some research and tracked down the location of this vehicle and where this vehicle is registered and all of these things, okay, if he's driving the Decker vehicle, it's registered to the Deckers, and that's a Kenosha address. But if he's driving his own vehicle and people start investigating this, it's not registered in Kenosha, and it's not registered to the mom's address that is in Kenosha. Okay. Now, this post goes on to say, the treasurer position then changed to the Kenosha County Board of Supervisors Chairman Gabe Nudo. Sure, it was nice of the Deckers to allow him to borrow their vehicle during his campaign, though it leaves one wondering if Zach's treasurer put the use of the Decker vehicle on his campaign finance paperwork as an in-kind donation, given their ethical obligation to do so, or risk failure to disclose all donations and possible implications of quid pro quo arrangement in an elected position. Now, there's video on October 5th, 2022. You can see the outline of what appears to be Zach Rodriguez exiting and walking away from the vehicle owned by the Decker family. On this date, Zach was heading into the Kenosha County Administration Building for the Judiciary and Law Committee, which he chairs. Okay. So this dude is in charge of several different committees. He's the big head honcho of the Kenosha County Board of Supervisors, and he's lying about things. He's very unethical. And this is an individual that would be approving Kevin Matthewson to be appointed on this fucking safety fucking planning committee. Now, it's been shown through hundreds of pictures that we've received. Okay, and we'll see what's posted down here as we scroll down. That Zach Rodriguez has been found to be living in Somers, not even within the borders of the city that elected him with this little pull a name out of a hat type situation. He lives in Somers at a place called Market Square Apartments. Okay. It's the apartment complex that's between Sam's Club and Festival Foods on Green Bay Road. Now, this post says, it's interesting what a person or, say, private investigator may find there beyond the pool and walking paths, wandering near the address of 3203 Market Lane, apartment 316. Between October 6, 2022 and November 10, 2022, you will see pictures of the Decker family vehicle, which is being driven by Supervisor Zach Rodriguez. Some of the pictures are from the back of the vehicle, which faces south. If you zoom in, you can clearly see Walmart or Sam's Club in the background. Other photos will be from the back of the vehicle facing north, which will be shown clearly the buildings of Market Square Apartments. On November 8, 2022, Rodriguez lost his campaign for Kenosha County Clerk of Courts. So he lost that to Rebecca. Less than 5 days after losing his bid for the clerk's office, Zach is back to driving his personal car. However, it appears that he upgraded his Ford, same plates though, expired plates, but nonetheless, still his plates. It was found that Zach is living at the apartment with the blue lights surrounding the outdoor banister, apartment 316. So here's all these pictures. Now, again, the reason I'm bringing this up, chat, is because this is the individual that would have a very dominating vote to approve Kevin Mathewson to be part of this fucking safety committee. So this is the Decker van. Okay, this vehicle is his, Rodriguez. Here's the Decker van. We have copies of this actual video of what appears to be Zach Rodriguez getting out of the Decker vehicle. I got asked who posted this. It's so funny. This is the same person that sent us all this shit. So all of these right-wing degenerate scumbags are fucking all tied together. And they're going to appoint a very dangerous militia member, known militia, known stalker, known troublemaker, known individual that has death on his hands with no accountability. Raymond Roberts claims that Mathewson is a fucking white nationalist. Well, if you go and watch podcasts that Mathewson is on, what if I claim that he's a white nationalist? Am I subject to defamation? This would be funny. You want to get me in a courtroom, Kevin? That would be, the world would love to see that. So allegedly, Mathewson is a white nationalist. I think it's safe to draw some conclusions that might be plausible. It's more likely than not. He's allegedly a racist. I think that might be plausible. It's more likely than not. This is what happens in Kenosha, people. All these very unethical things that are going on. And then very conveniently, after another racist situation, they call Savior Kevin Mathewson to come in. So you guys can go to that Facebook page, look at it further if you want. It's again called Open Gov Kenosha on Facebook. So we were sent all this stuff. We were asked to investigate it. I investigated as much as I possibly could with what I have available. I never finished, and apparently they got impatient and fucking posted. Posted all of the information themselves. So that's that. That's what's happening. Hello to all the stalkers. So we have CJ Halliburton, Carl John Halliburton of CJ TV, who's a lying, fraud, fucking thieving piece of shit. He's another right wing who can't fucking see racism because he's a fucking scumbag fuck, who's so afraid for his safety because I live out here, and he claims that I've told people to fucking attack him and shoot him, even though that's never happened. And he's so afraid for his life because I'm a stalker that he moved from Seattle across the entire country to fucking move to Kenosha. So he lives there now. So here's another criminal, dangerous individual. But Kevin Mathewson's not going to talk about him because CJ is basically sucking fucking Mathewson's fucking teat right now, and their buddy, along with Nathan DeBrune, who's another fucking pussy scumbag fuck, they're all together in this big little conglomerate. So for those of you that live in Kenosha, I'm very sorry, but your city is becoming more and more fucking dangerous, and you guys need to figure it out. Do what you need to do. I don't know, but this is problematic. There should be massive email blitzes by everybody online here, emailing the chief of police, emailing the mayor, emailing every single fucking Kenosha alderman and every single county board supervisor person. You guys should be doing all these things. Email blitzes, phone campaigns. Okay. Now, I'm just the journalist or so-called fake journalist, so I don't actually protest unless it directly affects me. I moved out of Kenosha because I was chased out. Now I've been trying to expose Kenosha and a lot of things, and I've been doing it myself with no help from anybody. So what would be great is if we could band together and we could get this motherfucker investigated for illegal use of a cell phone and a computer. Because what happens then is when we tie these things, and there's warrants that get applied in court orders and all of these things, and when we tie him to this criminal activity, he loses his fucking private investigator license, okay? Which means he's no longer allowed to legally fucking stalk all of us and fucking harass and intimidate and be a creepy fat fuck, okay? So we need to get an investigation, but a lot of these things are going to cost some money. We need to all band together, all of us that have been fucked with by this man, okay? We need to get all the social media fucking things that have gone out about us and all get all the screenshots of everything, all the fake names that you guys have uncovered, all the weird email addresses that have been emailing you, okay, because that's associated with him. And we need to combine together all of these fake names, these fake emails, okay? If you are getting these weird phone calls or your phone has gone off from somebody you know, and then you answered it and your phone is ringing as if you're calling somebody, then your number has been spoofed. And if you've been harassed by Mathewson, it's probably more likely than not that it's him, okay? So we need to band together as a unit. And what we should be doing is we should be filing some sort of class action lawsuit against this fucking degenerate piece of shit. Okay. We need to get lawyers and we need to file a big, giant fucking lawsuit. Okay. We also need to all be in court together and filing restraining orders that prevent Kevin Mathewson himself from fucking stalking and doxing all of us. So that when we find all of these alternate accounts, these fake emails and fake names that he goes under, when we have restraining orders in place, we can then have him charged again with violating a restraining order, only we'll do it the right way and we won't tamper with and fabricate evidence. This is an individual that has no problem being inside of a courtroom, tampering with evidence to get somebody arrested for crimes they've never committed. This is problematic. This is the individual that Kenosha wants to appoint for their emergency safety planning committee. This is the individual that Kenosha knows invited all of the militia, has put out a bunch of fucking rhetoric, okay? And yet they're going to praise him for his experience and knowledge and appoint him as part of the emergency safety planning committee. So he's back within city government. There's also the same individual that investigates people in city government. So this is the right that is bringing him in so that he can fuck with the left that are public officials, okay? He put up a fucking video of Alderman Anthony Kennedy, where again the false light representation of Anthony Kennedy fucking assaulting somebody inside of a business. But what Mathewson doesn't show is that Kennedy was attacked and then was defending himself. So that's what I mean by false light. He misrepresents facts. And he does this with a lot of different things and a lot of different individuals. And it puts all of our lives in danger. And he stalks people. And he does it under the guise of his private investigator license. And he does it under the guise of being a so-called journalist. And when you're an activist or you're a journalist like myself, we're subject to criticism by the public because we become public figures. And Kenosha refuses to investigate these things. So I think it's time we all band together and we take action, because this individual is fucking dangerous and he likes stirring up drama and fucking controversy. He's a fucking scumbag piece of shit. So there's my rant today. I was a little calmer. I had to be a little calmer than my CJ fucking rant the other day. But Kenosha, if you don't do something, your city is going to go to more shit. So this isn't just organizing and holding some fucking signs outside of a fucking building, okay, and going into these fucking county board meetings, all right? This is fucking, there needs to be a lot more fucking action. But you see how fast Mathewson called my buddy on his cell phone? Mathewson put my buddy's address out publicly all over the fucking internet. Mathewson did that. It's already out there everywhere. It's listed on fucking documents that are fucking public. And he's trying to stir up fucking bullshit so that the one friend I have gets fucking mad at me. See what a stalker this guy is? Lunatic fuck. So any questions from anybody? What do you guys have to say? Who wants to be part of this? Grandkid says this guy needs to be out of Kenosha. 100%. 100%. I agree. Let's see something. Hey Cavo, how long have you owned your house? You wanna let me know that? How long have you owned your house? Let's look at something real quick. You guys wanna see something funny? Let me find it. Just give me a second. Let me find it. See if it's still up here. Otherwise, I got to start digging on some fucking paperwork. Let me find it, baby birds. Hang on a second. You guys are over here freaking out about the Nightbot. Huh. Kevo, I'm going to put this address. I want you to tell me if this is your actual fucking address, Kevo. Can you confirm that for the viewers, please? Now, if you go on CCAP, Mathewson's address is sealed, or he has his kids, his P.O. box. He has it either sealed or his P.O. box. But there's an address, and it's from pretty recent. Mathewson's owned his house for a little while. Is that your address, Kevo? You wanna verify that for me? Let's see. Let's find this spot. We've shown you guys this before. Here's Kevin Mathewson for the Michael Bell shooting protest. There's Kevin Mathewson's kids. What do you think about that, Kev? There's your kids. Kevin Mathewson brought his kids to a protest, but publicly chastises people for doing the same thing. There's Kevin's kids when they were about the time of my son's age now. They're older now, but these are Mathewson's kids that he brought. Mathewson likes to put my son in danger. Here's Mathewson's kids. The address that we posted in the chat is an address listed from 2019. It's only been a couple of years. Mathewson's owned his house for a couple of years. This your address, Kevo? This your address? The interesting thing is that the lawsuit for all this voting fraud thing, it actually had his address. I have to go through my paperwork because the address was updated to his P.O. box. But I wrote down the address that was originally listed because somebody at the court fucked up and put his address, and we got it. But I got to look through my paperwork. So I just grabbed the address from 2019. Is that your address, Kevin? Is that the one? 3121 72nd Avenue in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure that's your actual address. So you can't hide, motherfucker. But there's Kevin Mathewson's kids. Very nice. Oh, man. What are everybody's thoughts about this scumbag piece of shit? Look at all my mods are like, what's up, lurkers? So another dangerous individual moving into Kenosha, chat. This is what Mathewson does. He's a stalker. He hides behind his journalism and his PI license. And he puts people's lives in danger. And he lies in courtrooms. He lies in courtrooms. Kev, why don't you email me your affidavit? We'll read it live. We'll pull it up for the viewers. We'll read it live for everybody. The affidavit that you tried to fucking bring into the CJ restraining order, where you tried to deceive the court. Okay? See, the problem, Kevin, is that every time you come at me, I'm too good, you stupid motherfucker. You've never got me. Never. Never. So try again. Try again, scumbag. And using your little pawn fucking CJ Halliburton, that didn't work either. You guys tried to fucking bring actual criminal charges on me by tampering with and fabricating evidence. That didn't work either. See, despite you wanting to talk about my background all the time, okay, I've admitted that. I've doxed myself. I was not a good human being. And you know what? Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. Okay? Because I've changed my fucking life. You want to talk about my child support case? Maybe you stupid motherfuckers should quit fucking with me. Maybe you should quit dragging me into court cases that cost me thousands of dollars for me defending myself that could be going towards my son. Maybe there was a pandemic that fucked me up for a long time. Maybe there were riots that happened in Kenosha. Maybe because of all of your stalking bullshit and forcing me to move 12 times, hemorrhaged fucking money to the point I'm now in some fucking legal consequence. So you think I'm going to jail for 6 months? I'm sorry to inform you, you're sadly mistaken, because all of the evidence that I have, things that I've shown tonight and things that I haven't, I'm bringing to fucking court. Okay? I can prove that there's outside exigent circumstances that have intentionally fucked with my ability to pay for my responsibilities. And you're behind it, you fuck. So no judge is going to fucking lock me up over that. Sorry. Okay, so you and CJ can laugh about it all you want, and you can get your little hopes up that Kevin's going to be in jail so that you can write about me yet again. Okay, but it's not going to happen. Okay, because you're a degenerate, fucking creepy fucking person. You're creepy as fuck, bro. Okay? Now, for those of you that like what we're doing here, okay, hit those super chats. Become a member for 99 cents. That helps support us. There's a pinned comment where you can donate through Cash App, Venmo, fucking PayPal, okay? Let's put this motherfucker down once and for all, okay? Once and for all. Now, in good fashion, let's just end it this way, because Mathewson likes to fucking... Mathewson likes to fucking say that when we did our little rap, that my rap is a threat. Okay. Well, it's not. It's protected under the fucking First Amendment. And my rap was brought into the CJ case. Okay. But we talked about CJ in the 4 lines that I wrote about CJ. Let's talk about the lines that I wrote about Kevin Mathewson. You guys will find this funny. But hit the fucking donation buttons, because I want to bring Kevin Mathewson into a courtroom, okay? I want to get charges formally filed against this motherfucker. So let's do this, okay? Make sure you're screen recording, Kevo, okay? Here's some evidence for you, okay? So here's the verse I wrote about Mathewson, okay? I'm just going to fucking read it. I'm not going to rap it. So I wrote, who else wants it? Chris, Alex, line them up. Like coke on a mirror, get cut. I keep it real and will end your reign of terror. Mathewson, I'm gunning for you too. Writing about something I said in 2015 to get clicks, but bitch, you just lit the fuse. Coming at me, you only get one shot. Missed me. Leader of the Kenosha Guard, looking more like a half-tard. sending messages as Sabrina, weekend crossdresser looking like a child molester, got more names than a snake got scales, writing for the Kenosha County Eye, but he's secretly bi, another bad guy hiding behind the walls because he's got no balls. You'll get an old school Colombian necktie. He'll falsify the Kenosha Eye for the FBI. Don't worry, I got an alibi. Time to sing you a lullaby. I know you're not used to me, so I got to read you a nursery. Not so fucking tough when I'm out in front of you. Better fasten it or have your body bag get zipped. I see you again, motherfucker. You're getting clipped. Vocal cord castration. Too scared to face me with words because he knows he'll get journalistically murdered. You wanted conflict from this convict? I'm seeking you out like an addict. This career will be criminal with this ballpoint pen. I'm gun-cocked, bump stock, hit you with this buckshot. Patriots are quiet this evening. I'm reading their eulogy. I don't see why you all even started with me. I get in beefs, my enemies die. I don't cease fire till you all are deceased. There's the line, the phrase I wrote about Mathewson. Did you get that, Kevo? Did you get it? Protected by the First Amendment. It's just words on a paper. What's up, Stephanie? I got an interesting email. Let's see what this says. Content on the video. It's indeed a special kind of evil. These videos again election about this bogus restraining order he tried. This is interesting. Huh. Can I read this out loud? Let's read this out loud. So it says, hello. We may have previously spoken a few years ago regarding CJ Halliburton when I commented on a video or post of yours that he was indeed a special kind of evil. I recently came across your videos again and live streams about this bogus restraining order he tried to get. I'm sorry you had to go through all of that mess. It must have been very stressful and fucking frustrating to say the least. The reason I was even looking at anything about that creep is because I have reason to believe he has been cyber stalking me, if not real stalking me, and I am worried about my safety. So did some super sleuthing myself. This man tried to kill me after keeping me basically a prisoner in a terribly abusive relationship for 2 years while he beat the shit out of me, drugged and raped me while unconscious, which he got on video. I found the videos on his phone shortly before I finally got away from him. It's a long story as to why I believe he is trying to find me or has already found my location again. If you care to hear it, I am open to sharing it with you. I have contacted my attorney and been advised on ways to catch him doing this creep show shit, or at least document it. And she's waiting for even a little bit of documentation that he's broken the no contact order and will waste no time getting the matter before a judge. I've taken other steps to protect myself also. I know you have so much of your own drama and bullshit to deal with, so I don't expect anything from you, so you know. I just can't stand that someone so dangerous and awful is still walking around and taking even a moment of my peace or being a menace to others. Thanks for taking the time to read. Did you guys fucking just hear that? I literally just got this fucking email at 11:06 p.m. Let me just read a couple of sentences. The reason I was even looking at anything about that creep. So this person is watching my Halliburton, my CJ stream. Okay. The reason I was even looking at anything about that creep is because I have reason to believe he has been cyber stalking me, if not real stalking me. And I'm worried about my safety. So they did some super sleuthing. This person alleges, I'm reading an email chat. I have no idea if this is accurate, true. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm reading a fucking email. This man tried to kill me after keeping me basically a prisoner in a terribly abusive relationship for 2 years while he beat the shit out of me, drugged and raped me while unconscious, which he got on video. They claim they found the videos on his phone shortly before they got away from him. So this is Mathewson's fucking buddy now. This is Kevin Mathewson's buddy is CJ Halliburton, who has a documented history of fucking theft, who has a documented history of scamming people out of money, who's a fucking drug addict with methamphetamines, who likes to beat women, okay? As recently as fucking 2018, 17, okay? And because we're exposing these things, there's more women now that are coming forward. And they're making allegations of rape. And if you remember the fucking police report we wrote about the young woman that he violently beat and bashed her fucking skull into a door hinge, she also claims that he tried to sexually assault her. And here's one now at 11:06 p.m. that just emailed me, who's also alleging that CJ fucking did actually sexually assault her and videotaped the assault. This is who Kevin Mathewson has befriended, and they've banded together to try to attack me and have me arrested for crimes. This is what these dangerous individuals do, okay? Now, look, I'm not an angel. I've done bad things in my life, okay? I've owned up to those things, okay? Now, by all means, criticize me if I'm still behaving that way. If I'm still engaged in those actions and behaviors, then I have no room to talk. But I've spent the last 8 years of my life correcting my actions and behaviors. Do I get a little loud sometimes? Do I get angry about some shit? Of course I do. But you know what? We're not engaged in fucking criminal activity. We're not engaged in violence. We're not engaged in any of these things that I used to be engaged in. But out of the bad things that I've done, I've never raped anybody. Okay? I've never been accused of raping somebody. I don't have comments in police reports that I've tried to rape somebody. But CJ does. And here's an individual who is claiming that this happened. So chat, should we reach out to this individual and tell her we're interested in this story? This is Kevin Mathewson's best friend, who I'm sure convinced to move to Kenosha, and that would be great. It's going to drive Kevin fucking batty, okay? and they should do this. This is his buddy. Wow, chat, this is bizarre. You see what happens, how people come out of the woodworks when Kevin talks about things? Kevin meaning me, not the creepy fuck that's running around stalking people. See, I have better things to do with my time than stalk motherfuckers, okay? I don't like dangerous individuals that put other people's lives in fucking jeopardy. You guys have heard me multiple times on this platform say I don't take kindly to fucking bodily injury or death. I don't like that stuff. I don't approve of that. Okay. I don't approve of violence, but yet people claim that I do. I don't. Let's make that clear. Kevin Mathewson, the dangerous individual that brought people to Kenosha to fuck the city up and then ran away home because he's a coward little bitch, and then called his little fucking buddy CJ Halliburton and said, hey, let's be fucking let's be buddies. Let's be docking buddies. Okay. Let's fucking put our dicks together and dock each other. And it's going to be fun. And we'll love each other and we'll suck on each other's fucking tits. And we'll feed off each other's fucking lies and bullshit. And since we're both fucking criminals, let's band together and we'll cause damage and safety concerns in Kenosha. And since I'm going to move this criminal out here and help him get situated, I'm going to then go and be on this emergency safety committee in Kenosha, and we're going to cause some real damage. And instead of Glowicki getting all the fucking scoops and all the shit, I'm going to feed you a bunch of information. So don't be surprised if CJ starts popping up live everywhere in Kenosha with all these breaking news details and this more investigative style fucking journalism, since, you know, he's basically on his knees sucking Mathewson's fucking dick. Mathewson's just got his fat fucking balls on CJ's fucking lips. That's probably what's happening, more likely than not. It's plausible. It's alleged. Okay. Hammer, welcome back, dude. He says, I know I'm new, but my first thoughts were that it could possibly be either of them trying to have you say something and accuse you of defamation. But the more it went on, the more real it seems to me. Yeah. See, these are things that'll be used in lawsuits against me, is that I'm making allegations and the viewers are believing this. Well, again, it's an allegation. It's plausible. It's more likely than not. And I have a lot of documented evidence that conveniently ties this creepy motherfucker to all of these different things. So again, chat, we need your help. This is real life shit now. This is serious. This is a little bit more serious than let's get some fucking transcripts of the court case where CJ and Mathewson lied and tried to have me charged with crimes. This is a little more important than getting a transcript. Let's all band together and let's really fuck these people up. Okay. Let's fuck them up in their pocket. Let's fuck them up by discrediting them legitimately. Okay. Not just by rumor and speculation and insults and allegations. Let's actually fucking discredit who these people are. Let's make sure that they're pushed out of fucking Kenosha. Let's make sure that they're pushed out of government fucking positions. Let's make sure that they are known that they are not welcome here. CJ Halliburton cannot film in fucking Seattle or Tacoma. He's not welcome out there. They don't like him out there. Okay. There's Militia that I'm actually friends with. More important and more organized, more real militia than fucking Kevin Mathewson's fucking bitch ass that I kind of talk to on a regular basis. I know the left isn't going to like that fact, but I do talk to some militia, and they also are not taking kindly to some of the things that Mathewson does because it makes them look bad. They also are not taking kindly to CJ Halliburton being a fucking grifter and a fucking thief and a con man and preying off of carnage that has happened throughout Southeast Wisconsin. They don't like that type of stuff. So, you know, there's a big difference than, you know, me sitting here on YouTube and providing you guys with content and saying, if you like the content that we do, show that with, you know, a share of the stream or a donation through being a member monthly, or Cash App or PayPal and Venmo, GoFundMe, all of these things, as opposed to, hey, I'm raising money for these kids that fucking died, these 69 people that were injured in a fucking Waukesha tragedy by a lunatic that drove his red SUV. And then there's going to be a massive allegation by his own team, his own moderators, his own people behind the fucking scenes that are going to make an allegation that he's pocketing money. He's already illegally fundraising, which is fraud just by definition. So there's a big difference. And it's interesting that people call me a grifter when those very same people, they do the things that I do. They go live, they film, they write articles, and people send them donations. So are they not grifting them too? You know, it's interesting. There's a big difference between grifting and donations for content that are coming up. But it's just funny that they throw these allegations around, but yet they do similar things, but their things have no merit and basis. So I'm sending an email back to our little friend here. And let's see what else they have to say. But according to this email and this person, CJ Halliburton, so we've already read this in a police report that he was trying to sexually assault and force his way upon this girl. And then now here's another person, another female, coming forward now saying that CJ did actually rape them and took video of it and abused this person repeatedly for 2 years. We're going to try to find out more information on this, chat. We're going to try to find out more information. Right now, this is an allegation that came forward. I read it to you. We're going to dig into it, right? It's our job here to prove or disprove allegations and stories and things like that. We're going to look into this one. This will be a deep dive. So here's the thing, chat. These people have continuously attacked me throughout the last years since August of 2020. They have intentionally fucked with every possible way for me to earn income, getting platforms banned, getting platforms demonetized for the last 2.5 years since August of 2020. They have chased me out of jobs. They've shown up at my jobs. They've called and harassed me and the owners and managers at these jobs so that I would get fired. And they've done this so that they could make sure that I couldn't pay for my responsibilities, right? So food, hygiene, rent, my cell phone, okay, child support, whatever bills and responsibilities I have, right? And they're winning on the money front. Let's just be honest. I'm without a cell phone, which is drastically hindering me. I'm without some hygiene stuff. I'm without toilet paper, so I'm washing my ass inside of a sink. Now, I don't really, get bothered by that because if I have to shit in the woods, I have to dig a cat hole, and I'm washing my ass with fucking water anyway. So not really the end of the day. I kind of live a bit minimalistically. Jesus Christ, I can't say that word. I have a minimalist lifestyle because I'm a long distance hiker. So things that would probably bother you don't really bother me. I eat ramen on a consistent basis. And sometimes when you guys are nice enough to toss me a few bucks to get a pizza or get a sandwich or whatever, that's gracious of you. And I appreciate that. And I get to eat a real meal. When I feel safe that I can go back to work and I'm not going to get fucked with, I go back to work and my bills are paid and my child support is paid. But then when they find out where I work and they get me chased out of there again, it becomes problematic. And then I go dark for a little while. And then we start falling into these fucking traps and these holes where there's consequence. So at this point, we need some fucking help. What is this, grandkids? Listen, here's what's happening in the background chat. So we like a little bit of transparency, but we obviously have to protect people. So I'm being notified. You hear my phone is going off. Now, again, when I tell you my phone is disconnected, it is. I have Wi-Fi, so people are contacting me on Messenger and Signal. We need $125 today to turn the phone on. we need to figure a lot of things out very quickly. But here's what's happening. Because we're going live and we're exposing these things, and the result of this is that I'm placing myself in more danger, right, of being attacked, more danger of militia showing up, more danger of my IP address getting ripped so they figure out where I live. Nobody knows where I live right now. They have an idea. They're pretty close, and they're pretty close within a block. So I'm very cautious even stepping outside. But what's happening in the background right now is that I'm being notified by people that are watching and lurking in the background, and that's fine. You guys can lurk if you want. And they're lurking in the background, and they're finding things that I'm saying to be very disturbing. And they're coming forward with their own stories, and they're coming forward with proof. Now, you guys know, as a journalist, I have to verify certain things, and we need to look into things before I can tell you all of the details. But some of these things that are coming in right now are pretty fucking disturbing, and they're being verified a little bit in the way of people that I trust that are being contacted and sending me stuff. People that are emailing right now. I have messages from people. This is pretty fucking interesting. Not only about Kevin Matthewson, but also about CJ Halliburton. A lot of people have seen the CJ streams, and people are coming forward with their own stories about how abusive he was. So that's very, very interesting. So if you guys have actual proof of something with Kevin Matthewson or with CJ, by all means, send it to me. We have to be able to verify it, though. Okay. I can say the allegation, but I can't say if it's true or it's false. Like this young lady who we're going to take as truthful because she's a female, but we still have to verify that story. If that story is legitimate and it's factual behind it, that is fucking problematic. That Kevin Matthewson wants to write about me and things that I've done in my background. I said some naughty words one time, and, you know, I did some violent things back in the day. But here is a sexual predator, and this is his best friend now. They're buddies, and they commit criminal acts together. But that's okay because they're right-wing fucking extremist lunatic fucks. This is a problem, chat. This is a problem. So we're in a situation, okay, and I'm going to ask you directly, okay? We need help, and we need some financial help at this point because I can't do this by myself now. This has become a much bigger fucking problem. So if you like what we're doing and you like that we're exposing things over here, and more importantly, you love the fact that I keep placing myself in danger so that you guys can get the truth, please hit those donation links, okay? Here I'm going to grift now. Please hit those donation links because we need that, okay? We need that. And we need that on a mass scale, all right? We really need help. We'd love to be in a position that we can hire attorneys right now so we can start filing fucking civil lawsuits against these degenerate fucks. I'd love to pull CJ into a fucking civil defamation courtroom because we'll win because he filed a fraudulent claim against me that was fabricated and it was purely defamatory. And we have thousands and thousands of hours of evidence to support that. And then here we have Kevin Matthewson who's stalking me, and we need to get into a court case so that we can get a court order, okay? A court order so we can start filing subpoenas on certain people and things so that we can expose this stuff in a courtroom and get the law enforcement involved in all of these things. And we need a really nice attorney to do this. And for all of you that are being fucked with by CJ, please send me all these things if you have a story about him. But we have to be able to prove it. You can't just tell me something and then expect me to repeat it on air. You have to give me proof. We have to figure out a way to do that safely to protect your identity. If you don't care about that part, your identity, and you're fine coming forward fully, that's even better because it adds more legitimacy to the story. But if you have things, please come and tell me. but we got to be able to prove it. With Mathewson, we got to be able to prove these things. Okay. We want Mathewson arrested for felony use of a computer and a cell phone, because again, what that'll do is that'll take away his private investigator license. The other thing that you could be doing is you could be filing complaints against him as a private investigator, that he's legally pulling information on people, but then using fake accounts to illegally disseminate this information. So you can be filing complaints against him in the business world of his business license. You could be contacting, I believe her name is Deneen Smith. I believe her name is with the Kenosha County or with the Kenosha News. So let's just pull her up real quick. Let me just make sure it's Deneen Smith. Yes, Deneen Smith, Deneen Smith. You can find her on Twitter. You can find her all over the place. Deneen Smith is the media coordinator that you have to seek permission from to be able to film and shit inside of the courthouse. You could be harassing the shit out of fucking Deneen Smith with a bunch of emails telling her, because she's also a public figure, because she's a journalist and she's a fucking scumbag fuck too, that she's allowing dangerous individuals access to all of these things, and she needs to revoke Kevin Mathewson's permissions to be inside of a fucking courthouse. But until we all start doing this together, these things are not going to happen. And this dangerous, lunatic, creepy, fat, mutton chop looking ass motherfucking troll is going to continue to do what he does against all of us. And we need to stop that. Okay. We need to stop it. So you have Raymond Roberts, who's not afraid, and he's in this defamation lawsuit. I'm not afraid. I've continued to go on since August of 2020. I don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers have never won against me. They just create outside problems for me so that I unfortunately have to be involved with courts and law enforcement. So if you guys value actually what I do, and you value my safety, and you value my life, and you want to prevent me from going to jail for a fucking lifetime at this point, please hit those donation links, because I need it. We need help, and we need to stop these people. These are criminals. Okay. These are actual criminals that are today committing crimes. Okay. So yeah, that's my rant. That's my spiel. I had to do it a little softer and a little quieter because we don't want to upset our crazy fucking neighbor. We finally made peace, and we hugged it out, but hopefully that was a little quieter. I didn't drop as many fucks tonight. It's kind of sad. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but we kind of had to talk about some realistic stuff and some real news. So we had to tone it down because I really want people to watch this video. And I want this shared around. And I'm sure this video will end up in a court case at some point. Yay. I like courtrooms. See, Kevin won't bring me into a courtroom because he saw me dismantle fucking CJ's bullshit. CJ won't bring me into a courtroom again because he watched me fucking dismantle him while he had a temper tantrum, while he pouted like a little fucking 3-year-old. Kevin knows I'm not stupid, but he just wants to fuck with me like a little fucking girl that he is. He probably is a cross-dresser, which is fine. I mean, cross-dressing is no big deal. I've put on panties before, whatever. But he just does it in this weird, like unhealthy kind of obsessed way. That's weird. Okay. The fascination with becoming a female for him, but yet he'll chastise transgender people. But he always has to use a fake female's name. It's kind of fucking creepy. It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird. Probably shouldn't bring your kids to protests. Let's look at his kids again. They're young here. They're older now. This is several years ago, but these are his kids. He likes talking about my kids and all of these things. So here's his kids. Fat fuck. Kev, you're probably going to die of a heart attack. I really urge you, if you'd like to come hiking with me, you want to go on a hike together. Okay. I got some nice hikes that I think you and I could have some fun on. There's some steep ridges though. You might have to watch your footing so that there's no accidents. Okay, we don't want you falling down the side of a mountain. But if you'd like to fucking come on a hike with me so we can get that stomach under control, let me know. We'll take you on a very vigorous hike. We'll start you off slow. We'll work you up so we can get you back into shape. We're concerned about your fucking health. You're looking a little unhealthy. Okay, we're seeing you on the court cameras in the court. Okay, trying to make sure you are seen and getting all this attention. We're seeing you, and we're concerned about you. You look unhealthy. Now, if you happen to drop dead of a fucking massive heart attack in the next fucking 5 minutes, listen, I'll be honest. I will show up at your funeral. I'll show up at the grave. And considering I'm out of toilet paper right now when I have to take a shit, I'll probably shit on it and then wipe my ass on your gravestone, and I'll probably piss on it. If you happen to get hit by the trolley that goes and drives around fucking Kenosha, okay, that waste of money. So instead of spending that millions of dollars to restructure our fucking transportation in Kenosha decided to take that millions of dollars and revamp their trolley system. If you happen to walk in front of that thing and it ran you over and you got cut in half, you'd be done and the trolley would be done. We could probably kill two stupid fucking things with one accident. So just be careful with the trolley. Be careful of all of that stuff. We don't want you getting run over by that. Be careful in the courthouse when you're walking up the steps. You're so fat, your knees they might buckle. And those steps in the courthouse are a little weird sometimes. We don't need you falling down the courthouse steps. If you show up to my family court case that involves my child, there's something fucking seriously wrong with you. Okay? Something wrong with you. You want to chastise me for what I do and my journalism and all of that. That's one thing. And everybody is free to do that. I've told everybody they're more than welcome to chastise me about any journalistic piece that I write. Okay? But nobody does that because they can't, because we always back it up with facts. But if you show up in my fucking family court, that proves that there's something wrong with you. You're a fucking psycho. And if you bring your two little butt buddy fucking friends, CJ Halliburton and fucking scary pussy fucking Nathan DeBrune, if you all show up as a little fucking thruple that the three of you are, there's something weirdly wrong with the three of you. So, but don't worry, Kevo. I have ways to keep you out of that courtroom. You won't be there. I promise you. Okay? I promise you. You will not be allowed in that courtroom very long. And neither will your two little fucking butt buddy friends. So that's going to be problematic. And information that you want, that you're so hoping and praying is going to come out during this court case, guess what? There's legal ways to not allow that stuff out into the public eye. There's legal ways where there's just conversations that happen in private. So I'm not fucking dumb, and we're going to make sure that these things happen so you can't get them. So this is not going to be another case that you get to jump on. Good luck with that. Okay? I'm really smart, Kev. You should have learned that in the CJ case. But if you keep fucking with me, I'm just going to keep exposing you. Okay? That's that. There's nothing you can say about me that I haven't already said. My viewers know about me. I'm very transparent. But the people don't know about you. We'll just keep exposing it. And they don't know about your rapist little buddy, CJ Halliburton. Okay? And tell your other little buddy, Nathan DeBrune, just warn him ahead of time to keep my name out his fucking mouth, because I'll start digging on him. All right? All your little alt accounts, you can just go away. We're just going to keep exposing you. We took a screenshot of another one that happened. We're just going to keep doing all these things. This is fun, chat. I love this stuff. I love exposing people. This is so much fun. My leg hurts now. My knee hurts. My butt hurts sitting in this fucking chair. David says, you really want to go into the woods alone with him? See, here's the thing about Kevin Mathewson, okay? Kevin Mathewson himself is not scary. He's a fat, lazy, fucking retarded fuck, okay? Kevin Mathewson is the fucking type of dumb bitch that sits in his house behind his fucking computer in his little fucking office room, okay? And he's an online bully. That's who Kevin Mathewson is. He's an online bully, okay? And he puts out rhetoric and false information and defamatory information and misrepresented information. And he lies. He blatantly lies. And he does this all from the safety of his house. And he's too scared that he has to have a P.O. box. He doesn't want anyone to know where he lives. He gets his address sealed in the fucking courts, okay? He's too scared for people that they're going to show up. But himself, he's not terrifying. It's the things that he does, and I've said this to him before, okay? It's the things that he does where he takes no ethical and moral route. He loses that journalistic responsibility, okay? Where he is putting stuff out there that, look, he wants to try to damage me, that's one thing, but he has to think of the repercussions of that, okay? When you start alerting people to my background and he can see clearly that my wife's address is not sealed in the courts, what you do now is you open them up to predatory attack, okay, by other lunatics that see my wife's address. And this is where my son lives and her daughter live, okay? Now, I don't know if they still live there. I'm not sure. But that's the journalistic responsibility, okay? And he doesn't give a shit. And when I've even talked to him and said, look, there's people that are coming on pretending to be my son's name, which we've kind of tied to the WTTOE group, as well as Mathewson, as well as one of our viewers that have all used these names. But when people are coming in and they're talking about my 8-year-old son and crawling into bed with him, and I've tried to talk to him about this, and I said, dude, this is where it needs to stop. Like, this is getting scary. So there could be a predator, a sexual child predator, that goes and sexually assaults my 8-year-old son just to try to hurt me. And this is, again, where the responsibility of a journalist comes in, and he doesn't give a shit. The ethics and the morals behind it, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about the fucking carnage and the chaos that are left in the wake of his actions, same as he didn't care on August 25th when he posted about his fucking stupid bitch ass Kenosha guard fucking dealings the night of the Rittenhouse shooting. But again, just to show what a fucking bitch he is, he creates this havoc throughout the city and then runs away from the situation and goes home under the guise of my wife wasn't feeling good and called me home. That's bullshit, because he's clearly out on his own street with his little fucking rifle toting fucking misfit fucktards holding a fucking rifle. Okay. So he stirred up. We have the videos of him stirring up bullshit in Civic Park, holding a camera up, telling all of his militia buddies that he's here and to come down here. And then he's nowhere to be found. But that's what he does. Okay. He doesn't have the balls to fucking be out there in public. He doesn't. And he's just creepy. He's creepy. There's nothing breaking news about my fucking child support case. That's a family fucking issue. Okay. And he's trying to put it out there of what a degenerate I am, that I don't pay child support. Well, no, I do. When I'm going to work and I'm able to fucking pay these bills, I pay because I'm responsible. Okay. But when these people attack constantly and they're intentionally fucking trying to create situations where I have to fucking remove myself from work, this is the end result that they want. And then they win. That's problematic. He's just a fucking bitch. He's an online bully. And that's why he needs to be arrested for felony use of a computer and a cell phone. And if more people stepped up, there'd be multiple fucking felony charges against him. The same as we're seeing the fucking Kenosha dealership being charged with some communications charges. Okay. We want felonies, though. No, he seals his when he's lucky enough to be in court, he'll seal the address. But he's mainly using his PO box. See, and I can't even get a PO box because, again, because of the terrorist laws, you need a mortgage or a lease. But here's the last known address that we have on Mathewson. For some reason, this address wasn't sealed, and I'm pretty sure this is the address that he lives at. But there it is. It's right there. And just in case anybody's wondering, this is public record. But his address is very easy to fucking get a hold of anyway. I mean, you can just do property searches for him owning the house and all of these things. There's a lot of ways to get his address. It's, you know, it's not complicated. There's tons of ways. But like I said, just keep in mind keep your schedules open. There's going to be a day that you know, it's going to be a hot day. It's going to be hot. It's going to be over the summer. It's going to be hot. And we're going to pop up and we're going to have lemonade. All right. And we're going to encourage people to come out. I'm just putting this out there now. I thought about it. I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm putting it out on this stream. I'm not sure why I'm putting it out on this stream specifically, but it's going to be hot. It's going to be summer and there's going to be lemonade and we're going to be live streaming. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to make an entire event out of it. So, and it'll all be legal. It'll be great. That's going to be the beauty of it. David said, that's what I meant by it's not still anymore. Fuck this guy, dude. So 17 people here. Who's all in the chat? Comment. Let's see. I need everybody to comment. Let's see how many people are actually lurking and how many people are live viewers. Remember, chat, I am literally putting my life in danger at this point doing these fucking streams like this. Okay. So if you like the content that we provide, again, sign up for a 99-cent membership. I'd rather have 1,900 people signing up for 99-cent memberships. You know, you want to help me in the immediate. There's GoFundMe, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Okay. Immediate. Every dollar helps. But let's get bunches of dollars. Let's get everybody involved. Okay. Let's raise up money that we can fucking file a lawsuit against Kevin Mathewson. And let's raise up money that we can file a lawsuit against CJ Halliburton. Let's make their lives miserable. Let's get access to their paperwork, their documents, their computer systems. Okay? And let's expose those things. Let's make these people pay. You guys know that I will fight to the death. I will fucking crush people by every means possible that I have legally available to me. Okay? Do we have to get a permit? We do have to get a permit for Lemonade Day. We're going to make it fully legal. It's going to be splendid. It is going to be splendid. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. See, Kevin, all you did by calling my buddy, all you did was fucking irritate him. You pissed off the wrong person. It's not good. It's not good. What did you think he was gonna call me and fucking he was gonna lose his mind? He was gonna freak out. He was gonna fucking I was gonna lose him as a friend. Does Oklahoma and Wisconsin share? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I like when you guys message me privately, but the funny message is you just got to post in chat. Who's here? Let's take a count. Who's all here? We got 17 people watching. We know Mathewson's back there. Halliburton's got to be back there. V Radio is back there for sure. We know Jamie's back there. She's a lurking fucking lunatic. So that's 4. So we know we got grandkids, David, Jan, Day Drinker. Peace Love was commenting. Who else? Who else is back there? Otherwise we get all the lurkers. Lurkers are scary. Peace Love is frantically trying to change the topic of conversation. If you guys don't know what the other fucking criminal looks like, he looks like this. Okay. This is the other criminal. Beware of this guy. Alleged rapist. Okay. Alleged, I'm going to fucking pounce on females. I'm going to fucking do dirty fucking things to females while they're unconscious. This guy right here. It's so crazy that white fucking middle-aged women love this fucking alleged rapist. Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't carry a gun, so I don't really know. It's probably a good thing I don't. Don't know. Hammer is messing around with a NASA rocket. That's interesting. Grandkid says, I've got a few people watching just in case. What are they watching, grandkids? So here's a big picture of the alleged rapist that just moved from Seattle to fucking Kenosha. We should probably make a post about this. It'd be really, really fucking horrible. I mean, it coincides with, the documented history we have on this person. It's really frightening. Oh, you have people that are watching the stream right now that they can't comment? I got it. Well, welcome to those people. Welcome to those people. We appreciate you guys being here. So let's do these email blitzes. Let's email these government officials and tell them, let's get them by the thousands. Okay? By Monday morning, I want these people to be posting. I want press releases showing up on social media that fucking their emails are flooded with thousands of fucking choice words for them. That's what I want to see. I want to see Kenosha losing their fucking minds. I want to watch this city fucking implode from within. Okay? So you guys were on board with that for the Hampton Inn. You guys remember that situation, right? The Hampton Inn, there was some fuckery with the room charge, and I decided to not stay there because they were trying to overcharge a bunch of things. And then the head engineer pulled my fucking information, self-identified as a 3%er, and then told 3%ers where I was. And then they came down and stalked me some more. Remember that? And then we did this big, massive online protest. And then we deep dived into the Hampton Inn downtown here and found out that they have multiple fucking violations, city ordinance violations, code violations. They were operating without a valid hotel license at the time. They were selling food and they were operating without a food permit. And they, because of the shitstorm that we were creating, they frantically applied for a temporary hotel license and got denied. Don says, yeah, right. All 7 of the participants here are going to bring down Kenosha. You know, listen, Don, I blocked a $49,000 automatic license plate grant, reader grant with one article. Okay. So the power of one person, people. Okay. We blocked a $49,000 grant for them to violate people's rights. They weren't happy about that. Articles and things that we've wrote and talked about on this stream forced Chief Miskinnis to fucking retire. So, Don, I'm one person, I'm one individual. Imagine what 6 more of you could do. Imagine when that turns into 600. This is fun. This is a fun stream, chat. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Kev, we should do lunch together. Do you want to come on the stream, Kevin? We'll invite you. You and your rapist buddy. We'll invite you guys on the stream. You want to come on? You scared? No, they won't be ignored. I mean, during the Jacob Blake shooting, there were thousands of people that sent emails expressing their hatred towards Kenosha police. Thousands of emails. And we're allowed to send emails and chastise government, public officials. We're allowed to do that. There's nothing illegal about it. I think we should do that. I think it's good to hold your government accountable and let them know how you feel. So yeah, this is fun, guys. This is a lot of fun. You have no idea how much fun this is. Mutton Chops isn't going. No, Mutton Chops is scared. He won't come on our platform. He's a scary little bitch. He's a scary little bitch. He won't do it. Well, what else? It's 12 o'clock, chat. I don't want to be on here all night. I want people to watch this stream, and I don't want to make it 7 hours. And, you know, I've got other things to do. So it's been fun. This has been a blasty blast. This has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You guys have no idea how much fun this is. I appreciate you all being here. But once again, if you like what we do here, you like the content that we provide, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Okay. We spend a lot of time putting content up, doing deep dive investigations, exposing corruption and bullshit. You can donate via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, GoFundMe. You can sign up for a 99-cent membership. Okay. Let's support the journalism that we do here. And me placing myself in fucking danger to get you guys all of this awesome information that we provide. Whew. It's been fun. Jan says email is okay, call flooding is not. Yeah, I'd probably not call. I mean, I guess you could. You could call and leave voicemails. You could. But I mean, that would be funny too. We did that with the Hampton Inn. You could call, but the emails are a little safer. It prevents them from accusing us of anything. Emails are fun though. But yeah, by Monday, I want to wake up Monday morning and get the live stream set up for the court trials. And I want to see press releases coming out about fucking emails being flooded over this fucking appointment of this dangerous fucking criminal. And then who knows, chat, maybe Kenosha Police Department will even put another press release out about me. They've done that before. That's fun. Fanning the flames of Kenosha. Conspiracies. But yet we've, always backed up what we've said with documents and audio and video. But apparently I'm a conspiracy theorist in the eyes of Kenosha Police Department. So, yeah, that would make my day, chat, is to wake up to chaos in Kenosha. It'd be wonderful. Again, if you have a story to tell about Kevin Mathewson and you're able to prove some allegations, I'd love to fucking know about it. This alleged rapist that we have up on the screen here, if you have some stories about this fucking lunatic fuck, and we can prove some things, I'd love to fucking know about it. If you're willing to come on the platform and tell your story, whether the camera's on or the camera's off, whatever you prefer, whatever level of safety and security you prefer, that's what we will do. Let's expose these two dangerous fucks and let them know that they're not welcome in my fucking city. Okay? Let's get these people behind bars where they belong so they can stop fucking hurting people in the community. Let's do that. Let's do that together. Okay? Sounds fun. Look up your local alderman and let her know how you feel. Day drinker. I don't know if we have aldermen in this county. Well, you do. You have county board supervisors. That those are all the names that we were reading off earlier tonight. But your specific city, there probably is. There's always city government. So I would say that there probably is. That's what I would say. All right. Last moment for comments, questions, all of that. What do you guys have to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to get back to my alleged I don't do anything. I intentionally refused to go to work. I'm going to get back to those allegations and enjoy my time over here in what I do. So yeah, this is fun. Oh, day drinker didn't hear. Poor day drinker, always working. Let me sum it up for you. Kevin Mathewson is going to be appointed on the Emergency Safety Plan Committee. And we exposed his criminal activity. We dropped a big bombshell of allegations against him. And somebody emailed me that CJ Halliburton raped them back in the day and took video of himself raping her. So we read that email. That was fucked. And he beat her repeatedly for 2 years, which, coincides with the police reports and all these other things. So it's really fucked up. Now, it's just an allegation, folks. It's an allegation. We don't know for sure. But that email came at 11:06 p.m. tonight. Very, very interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people have stories. A lot of people have stories and are coming forward now. Thank God. See what happens? I'm brave enough. I paved the way for people. We elevate people's voices, and we want to be able to continue to elevate their voice and get justice for them by putting these degenerate criminals behind fucking bars. Let's do that. Let's do law enforcement's job for them, since they can't do it and all they want to do is protect fucking criminal offenders, and then they want to give them government appointments. Let's do law enforcement's job, and as the internet, force their fucking hand to start filing formal charges against these fucking degenerates. Okay? David says, keep the stream going. You can play with yourself later. Well, how about we do this? Because we're at 3 hours and 14 minutes, and I really want people to watch this stream, and I don't want them to get bored while we're off on a tangent talking about other things. So why don't we end the stream about the criminal and the alleged rapist, and both criminals, though, nonetheless. Why don't we end that stream? Let me go to the bathroom and take a piss. And I'm going to be honest, I have to shit, and I'm going to wipe my ass in the fucking sink because I can't afford to buy toilet paper. I'm going to use the last little dab of fucking toothpaste because I can't even afford to buy toothpaste at this point. So, thank God you guys can't smell my breath through the fucking microphone. Yeah, let me see what dried blueberries I can shove down my throat because I haven't eaten. I'm starving. And yeah, let me do that. And then I'll set up another random stream, I guess, just for David. And we'll hang out, I guess, for a little while until I start falling asleep. I'll do that for you guys. I didn't plan on going live today. This is such a crazy, bizarre thing. It's still crazy that I had not only community members send me this, but I had government officials send me this shit too. So we also want to get Zach Rodriguez out of office because he's obviously a lying piece of shit. And we don't trust government officials that lie. So that's another one. We've tried to email and call and get a hold of Zach Rodriguez. And he refuses to respond to us. Same as KPD refuses to respond to us too. So, we're the media company and I'm the journalist that you love to hate. Okay. It is what it is. Okay, chat. Thanks for tuning in. Again, email campaigns. Okay. You want to do a phone blitz? Do a phone blitz. Just don't threaten people. Don't be aggressive and don't threaten people. To make that very clear. Just express your feelings without threatening. Okay. Your free speech is not covered if you threaten. And let's let these people know that we don't approve of them in our city, our lovely city that has a serious racism problem. Okay. Serious racism problem. And let's do what we can. Okay. Hit those donation links, guys. There's my grifting for the night. I'll see you in a few minutes.